Secretary Buttigieg seeming to think that electric vehicles are the obvious answer to high gas prices, mocking people who are not on board with the EV mandate.
Let's be clear that the automotive sector is moving toward EVs, and we can't pretend otherwise. Sometimes when these debates happen, I feel like it's the early 2000s, and I'm talking to some people who think that we can just have landline phones forever. The reality is that the automotive sector is moving toward EVs, and the U.S. can either fall behind China or we can claim the lead.
Joining us now is House Energy and Commerce Committee member Congressman Buddy Carter. Congressman, great to have you on the show today. Thank you for being here. I want to get your reaction to what Buttigieg had to say. Not only was he talking down to people, but I'll fill him in and let the audience know as well. China's working on the cheaper electric vehicle. That may actually take off, but we have not been able to do that here in a successful way.
No, we haven't. And, this is another example of the American liberals and their agenda of pushing this. Look, anytime the federal government picks winners and losers, consumers are going to lose. And that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening with the administration who's trying to pick winners and losers, trying to force people to buy EVs. And here we have the Secretary of Transportation making a mockery out of this and making a mockery out of the American people. And I take offense to that. And I think a lot of Americans do take offense to that. We don't need to be told what we need to buy. Look, I'm very excited. We've got the largest single economic development project in the history of our state in the 1st Congressional District that I have the honor and privilege of representing. We're excited about that. They're going to be manufacturing electric vehicles. There's going to be a market for electric vehicles, but it has to be consumer driven. It has to be market driven. That's what this administration does not understand.
Congressman, the EPA makes all these laws about what we can drive and what we can cook on and what we can use in our homes. But you're the lawmaker. It's your constitutional duty and your right to make these laws. When is Congress going to reclaim that authority so we can stop living under the regime of bureaucratic rule?
Well, that's a great question and a great point. Keep in mind now, in all fairness, our majority in the House of Representatives right now is 1. Mm-hmm. That's not a big majority. But I think that there are even a number of Democrats who realize that this is just not going to work. I mean, we can't continue to subsidize this sector and expect that it's going to happen. We can't expect that the new emission rules that this administration is trying to put into effect, where by 2035 that 67% of all vehicles are going to be EV vehicles. That's not the way that this administration or that government should be working. That's picking winners and losers. And when that happens, we're all going to be losers.
Congressman, Georgia is helping lead the way to make it a lot harder for squatters to take over people's homes. A lot of people would agree that this is very much a local issue. But is there anything that Congress is doing?
Well, right now, I'm not aware of anything. It is certainly something that we need to address, but it points to a greater problem, I think, and that is it shows just how insecure our border is. Our border is not secure, and it also shows why it should be secure. I mean, call me a boomer if you will, and I am a baby boomer, but at the same time, who goes to the social media to figure out how to break into a country, how to invade a country? And then we've got somebody that's running on social media telling them what they can do. If we don't enforce the laws at the border, then what's going to make people think we're enforcing the laws inside our country? They're not going to think that at all. They're going to think they can get away with anything. That's why we've got to secure that border.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Congressman, we so appreciate your time today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.